What is up, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of SlabStox Sundays here on the SlabStox YouTube channel, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time every single Sunday night as we live stream while looking at the PWCC weekly auction. This week, we've got quite the special episode because we are talking baseball for the first half hour or so. I'm sure Nate's just thrilled about that. Nate's like, enough of this soccer talk, and guess what, Nate? I am with you. Enough of that soccer talk because I am down horrendous right now. Not going well. Another loss today. But we move on. And we've got baseball.
Wait. We're gonna move on that quick?
Oh yeah, we move on.
Okay. I won't kick a dog while he's down, but I will say this: the Bucks, big win.
Dude, what a nice win today. Drew Holiday is a stud. But with tonight's baseball episode, we have got our second guest of 2023 joining us tonight. It is Mickey from Tatis Trader, who I welcome in here in just a few moments after saying what is up to Kevin, Jerry, Bro, Watch This, Oscar, DJ, Quicksilva, Tony, Kyle, and Jordan. Lots of people joining already. And just for everyone to know, extended bidding starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And it is all access extended bidding. Again, this is the last February of the month. We do not know going forward yet if it will be all access for the months going forward. We'll see what PWCC announces after this week's weekly auction. But for tonight, it means that regardless if you have a bid out on a card or not, you can bid in extended bidding. So I have a bunch of different cards in the favorites for tonight. Anything from baseball, basketball, maybe a couple football to soccer, a bunch of different random stuff. So pretty excited about that. But for the first part of tonight's episode, we will be talking to Mickey, and I'm going to welcome in Mickey right now. Tatis Trader 2103 on Instagram. Big Tatis fan, big Padres fan. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome, guys, and thanks for having me. And like I keep saying, humble that you guys thought of me when you thought of baseball. And, I don't know it all, but happy to talk baseball, happy to talk cards.
Appreciate you taking the time. Definitely, I talked to Nate and we said, who we're going to get for baseball this week? And it was you. It was Mickey. So here we are. First thing before Nate gets into some very baseball-specific questions for the audience to engage with you about is just tell us about who you are, what you collect, how you got into cards, a little bit of that.
Sure. Yeah. So pretty much born and raised in San Diego. Been here my whole life. Huge San Diego sports fan. Was a baseball player, but really went into swimming. And swam through college, went to Cal Berkeley as a swimmer, came back. And I've been a coach here in San Diego, coaching swimming for the last 15 years or so. And, it sounds cliche and I kind of cringe every time I hear it, but I was into baseball cards during the junk wax era. I always say like my era was pretty much like 87 to 9, pretty much the worst era possible for baseball cards, 87 to 94. By that time, I was pretty much a teenager. Didn't think about cards until about 2018. And that's really where I started getting into Tatis, knowing that he was a top prospect. And the Padres have had a lot of top prospects, but there was just something different about this guy. So I really started looking in 2018. His cards, I mean, they were all prospect cards at that time. And his first was obviously the White Sox in 2016. But as he became a rookie and as he was called up for the first game of the season in 2019, really used 2019 to learn about baseball cards through Tatis. And I tell everyone, when people ask me like, well, how do I get into baseball cards? It's so different than when I was a kid. What I did was I was just obsessed with Tatis cards. So I spent hours and hours a day looking at eBay, seeing sales, figuring out the sets that people bought, the parallels that people liked. And really, again, through 2019, as every set came out, I learned pretty quick, okay, these are the sets the collectors like, these are the sets investors like, and really became, again, obsessed to where I am now, 5 years in, and huge baseball hobbyist. So, yeah.
I love it. So, Nate, you can ask the first question, but I think what we're going to do actually, now I think about it, is you ask a question, then we'll go check out one of these cards that Mickey wants us to look at here on the PWCC auctions. So we're kind of doing some back and forth action. So you lead off with some questions here.
All right. Number one, I love that. I love narrowing it down to one. I haven't ever thought about telling anybody that, but narrowing it down to one player so it's not overwhelming is a great idea for new people. But let's kick it off with Tatis. So obviously, if you go to Tatis Trader Instagram page, it's not just Tatis. You got plenty of CJ Abrams and Juan Soto's and other guys on there, even though CJ no longer a Padre.
I'll take the reason for it, though.
Yeah.
Soto.
Yeah, we got Soto, so I'm good with that. Yeah.
That's right. I think every team in the history of the world would make that deal.
Yep.
Even if
Yep.
James Wood is the number 3 prospect now, you still take Soto
Yeah.
and you call it a day.
But we didn't get rid of Jackson Merrill, so I'm good.
That's true. Which you could have from the rumors.
Yeah, Robert Hassel or Jackson Merrill. Yep.
But let's start with Tatis.
Yeah.
What do you where are you at with him? Obviously coming back from both A, injury due to motorcycle accident, and then B, coming off of suspension. You know, do you think that he will pick up where he left off? Do you think there's going to be some obviously not from a fan perspective standpoint, but because fan perspective, it's going to be pretty bad for him, I would imagine.
Sure.
But where do you think he takes off from his baseball playing standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, hard for me because Tatis, I mean, not just the suspension, but the first day of spring training last year, realizing that the injury was more severe than everyone thought, and knowing that he was going to be out for a significant amount of time, he crushed us Padre fans pretty hard. So there was a time when related to baseball cards that I was getting excited. Obviously, he was coming back spring training. And then it happened again where obviously the suspension happened. And this was, after getting Soto and thinking, the Padres were obviously going to win the World Series at that point. So I think it's going to be hard for Tatis from a card standpoint to keep the high expectations and the hype that he had pre-injury. And I think there's a couple of reasons for that. Obviously, the boom in 2021 and the card prices for everything have gone down. So I would have never expect his prices to be where they were late 2021 or early 2022, prior to spring training. But I think the Padres don't need him to be the player that he was before. And what I mean by that, I don't expect him to be getting the green light for stolen bases for a while. I don't expect him. He's obviously moving to the outfield. We don't know where he's going to go. I think that's what we're going to figure out spring training and where Trent Grisham, if he stays or if he goes as well. But if he's a right fielder and Soto moves to left, from a hobby perspective, I don't think people are going to be very excited about that. From a realistic standpoint, let's say he hits 270 and with the suspension and coming back April 20th, still hits 35 bombs. Like a 270 guy that hits 35 bombs that's not stealing bases and just catches fly balls in left field, I don't think is going to be too exciting for a lot of the hobby at all. I mean, I think you can see it already. They just move on to the next guy, whether it's J-Rod, Bobby Witt, other guys like that. So I like that from a card market, a lot of people have a lot of interest in Tatis right now. They're looking at his prices from a year ago going, all right, he's coming back. He's on the Padres. They're one of the favorites to win the World Series, but I don't expect him to be that same player. And I think the biggest concern for San Diego Padre fans is he obviously shows that he can do it on the field. And we're thinking that it's not only related to steroids, but his biggest flaw or what we're concerned about is his maturity. That's the biggest thing. I mean, that's really the problem that he's had for the last year. And I think we're going to see a more humble, not a guy with a lot of swag, but just a more humble guy, but whether it's on or off the field. And again, he's not going to be the face of the league for a while. And I'm just saying that realistically, as much as I'd love him to be, the MLB is going to move on. Baseball card collectors are going to probably move on. So I see there being a window for the next couple months where I see his prices going up as he gets ready to come back April 20th. But he's going to have to be the player he was, which is, I mean, we know it when there's hype. It's so hard to live up to that hype as the season starts that if they're not an MVP candidate right away, their prices are going to go down. So to be honest, and I shouldn't even be saying this, but I'm looking to sell right now because I'm liking this little hike that we've had. They went down, most cards went down at least 50%. And now I'm getting more interest in my cards, whether it's on eBay or Instagram, than any other time. So I understand why people would want to buy, but I'd be cautious right now personally.
Yeah, Mickey, speaking about that hype, I was just looking. So I looked up you know, what Tatis cards are ending tonight. And honestly, like other than this 2019 Topps Series 2 Gold PSA 10,
Yeah, so
there's not like a whole lot of like, let's just say marquee cards. Okay. It's a lot of base PSA 10s and some on card in person autos and stuff like that. But speaking of like, let's just talk about the one card that I would say is pretty sought after here. It's at 410 right now, pre-buyer's premium. We can expect it probably to get at least a few bids in extended bidding, but the next bid already puts it at 504. So this card hit a low towards the end of last season at $300. Like you're saying, that's almost already double
it
what
was
it was.
2000. You know, it was 2000 a year ago.
Now that's
that card
true
was going
also.
for 2000. So, you know, and that, if you look at it from that perspective, that looks pretty good. Obviously, it's down, 75%. But then you start comparing it, and I don't know what the J-Rod prices are for the updates right now. Like, I'm sure the pop isn't too high yet.
Yeah.
But it's hard to compare, when you see 2000 and go down to 350, and it's like, all right, it's up to 500. It could, and maybe it'll go up to, $1,000. I'm not sure. Yeah.
You said something else I want to bring up really quick. You said something about how you were, looking to maybe sell some of your Tatis or even just baseball, some of it in general right now with the new season coming around. So the past weeks when Nate and I have been looking, I'm just going to sort by every card after 2000 right now, as that pretty much just takes in every single modern card. The past few weeks, there's been like 500 modern cards in the auction for baseball, like maybe for the last 2 months straight. Nate, there's 1,300 baseball cards after year 2000 in this auction. I looked at football. Football is the exact opposite. It was over 1,000 every single auction. It's down to like 400 now. So basically, football and baseball have completely flipped with the volume of people looking to sell, but also the volume of people looking to buy. As Nate and I discussed last week too, a lot of these prices right now for baseball are higher than they were 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, again, I don't think it's not sexy to buy baseball in, late October, early November, but I think, basically like Nate would know, that's a great time to buy. And, if you're planning on selling, if that's your goal, this is a time when everyone's talking about baseball. I mean, when I went to Burbank, I saw more signs that said buying baseball than I've ever seen before, because those dealers are pretty much short-term, whatever you want to call them, short-term flippers. They're looking to only hold them for a certain amount of time. They realize that this next month or so is a good time to sell.
So one of the cards, I asked you, I said, hey, throw me together a couple of cards that you think you like in this auction. And one of them he pointed out was this 2018 Bowman Sterling Superfractor Mike Trout 1 of 1. Now, I want you to explain to me a little bit about why you like it, but also, Nate, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought you didn't like, because I thought I like brought up to you like, oh, I really like that Rafael Devers auto that was like this, but like, nah, I don't like that.
I mean, sorry, go ahead, Nate.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I will admit, I don't love it, but
so now, but that's fine because everyone has different takes. I want to hear why Mickey really likes that now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about, and I think many people are this way. It's all about rarity and looking at sets that have some legacy. Now Bowman Sterling, you could say, is like a mid-tier set at this point, and even some would consider it a third or fourth tier set. And I would almost compare it like to Finest, but Bowman Sterling has a lot of legacy behind it. I mean, it's been around for, I think, almost 20 years, I want to say. So when I look at Bowman Sterling, and another good set that I'm looking at a lot right now is Topps Finest. Topps Finest used to be the set. I mean, we all know that in the early to mid 90s, that was the big shiny set that everyone was looking for. But Topps Finest, and a lot of it has to do with, I just don't like the designs the last 3 or 4 years, but no one really is buying Topps Finest anymore. But when I found out about Topps acquiring eventually the licenses for football and basketball, my thought process was, okay, how is that going to change the baseball market, which I'm 95% of my buying and selling is baseball. And I went, okay, well, baseball or basketball collectors are going to be excited about Finest if Finest comes out for basketball. Football the same way, and possibly Bowman Chrome, Bowman Sterling. So I like this. I like this card because I think it could have possibility long term that a set like a Bowman Sterling or like I said, a Topps Finest could get a resurgence when Fanatics starts making Topps base football and basketball. So for this card, I like it. It's more aesthetics. Obviously, it has the superfractor look. I like horizontal cards. I know a lot of people don't, and I like the 2 batters. And it's I want to say I believe it's a base card. It's not one of the inserts for Bowman Sterling. So I'm always I like the base supers or parallels more so usually than majority of the inserts. So
Nate, I got a question for you. Would you like to pull this card?
So Mickey, I have a joke where Aaron always says, I don't really like this card, blah blah blah, and I say, well, would you like to pull it?
Yeah.
And yes, I would love to pull this card. But you know what card I'd love more? You want to check up on my favorite Mike Trout Superfractor real quick, Aaron?
Yes.
Can I guess it?
Yeah, take a guess.
The Transcendent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like that one too.
$2,200. Last sale was $3,000.
Yeah, Nate, it's pushing high right now. I think I'm out on it, but this is such a cool card. I love that.
I agree.
55, 56 tops that era. I love, like, I really enjoy when they got the portrait shot with an action shot, and redoing these things with the superfractor look and the on-card autos was a genius idea, I think. And man, $2,200 makes sense. But
at the National, a kid brought up, was that 56 tops?
Wander? It was 55 Bowman Wander.
Well, that's right. The TV screen with the like wooden surround, but Wander, but Superfractor.
It was all right, Nate. I've changed my mind. I like yours better. I'm looking at it right now. I definitely like yours better.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, you're right.
Mickey, one sentence answer on this one, because we have an audience question I want to at least get in here. Anur Danish asked, "What's your favorite card of all time?" Maybe you can give 2 sentences and say why.
And I'm supposed to say that like on the fly, say my favorite card of all time?
I think so.
How about one of my favorite Tatis cards, I guess?
Yeah.
And it's just been one that I've been after for a while, and I've only seen it pop up once or twice. I like going back to Bowman Sterling. I love what they did in 2019 it's really a classic design, pretty basic. And I love the black atomic parallels to 10 for that year. So that's been a card I've been after. I haven't bought a Tatis card since the suspension. I might have bought like a cheap relic, but I put them in a box and I haven't really looked at them much. But that's a card, if it popped up today, I'd go after for sure.
So I was trying to convince Nate. Well, I didn't really have to convince him. The price just got really high. Someone kept on battling with us. There was a Wander, his first prospect year, Bowman Sterling Atomic, Black Atomic. Those things look spectacular.
I agree.
Really
so that's one I'm still thinking about in regards to Tatis for sure.
I'm going to move on to the next question here, because Nate, I'm just going to ask this one because I'm actually I love the Brewers. I'm not like a watch every single baseball game I can or read every single thing about baseball I can. I follow too much other stuff. But the whole new rule change thing is crazy to me, because honestly, like, Nate's been talking to me about it for a while, but like until you actually see it in action, it's way different. There's obviously been some crazy things so far, like a tie game based off of what, like the guy walking because he took too long to step in the batter's box, or no, striking out. It's just random stuff like that. Nate's question, I'm just going to ask it for you, Nate. Do you think any players are going to like benefit from these rule changes at all, more than others that could affect the card market?
Yeah, I think there's the obvious big rule change, which is the shift, right? And when I think of the shift, I think of Manny Machado being a rover in right field, moving all the way over there and pretty much taking up the shallow gap. So the left-handed hitters are gonna benefit a lot from that. And I actually looked out a couple of weeks ago. I looked at like who are the guys that got the most hits taken away from the shift in the last couple of years, and it's all lefties, and that wasn't a surprise. But even guys like Jordan, who I would think, when I think of Jordan, I think of a power hitter. Obviously, he's more than just a power hitter. He hits for 300 every year, but I mean, I think he's had at least 30 or 40 hits taken away over the last couple of years just by the shift. And then there's obviously the best, left-handed hitter since Ted Williams that we can talk about that's at least going to get 30 more hits this year. His name's Juan Soto. So, I think the shift is definitely going to play a huge role, but people aren't talking about the pickoffs and only having the ability to have 2 pickoffs per at bat. So the pitcher can only throw either throw to first base twice or step off twice per at bat. So I think there might be a lot more steals. And then the other rule related to steals is that the bases are going to be bigger. So they're going to be 3 inches bigger. And what that means is from first to second and second to third, it's going to be 4.5 inches closer. So if you think about a lot of the steals, they're like, you can bang, bang, you can barely see who's getting that steal. So 4.5 inches, you would think is a big change. And then obviously the pitcher, the first base, the guy on first base is going to be he's going to be more aggressive, knowing that there's less of a chance for a pitcher to throw to first. So when you think about that, you think of, okay, who are the guys that steal bases? And a lot of the guys are like, they're like 30 stolen base guys that only hit 8 home runs, and the hobby isn't really excited about that. But the guys like one of my favorites, Kyle Tucker, who's obviously a lefty. He hits 30 bombs every year. He almost hits 300. And he's like right around 30 steals. Maybe he's closer to 35 or even 40. I don't know.
What about this Kyle Tucker card right here? There's a foil board of 162, PSA 10 at 115. I think it's way too good of a player for this to be $115.
I feel like their upping of the foil board numbers from recent years has really caused the foil boards of old to lose their luster.
What are they up to now? Because weren't they like 250 like a year later?
Plus.
They're 500 plus now?
700 plus.
700 plus?
Yeah.
I remember when these cards like the 2018, 2019 Acuna and 2018 were like just such huge chases. Everyone was like foil board this, foil board that. Now, like you said, I guess it's not really a thing as big of a chase as it was.
Yeah, in 19, I was buying hobby factory sets just to pull the foil boards. So, they were only in hobby in 19 and then went to retail. Or he went to like the Walmart factory sets and hobby in 2020. Yeah.
Got it.
Real quick about the stolen base thing. I think that is going to be, well, one, Aaron, what you were talking about was there's a lot of new rules about having, the pitcher has to pitch by 20 seconds, right? Once the ball hits his glove, he has to throw a pitch. But there's rules about the catcher having to be in his crouch by like 9 seconds, the batter having to be in the batter's box by
8,
like 12 seconds or 8 seconds.
It's 8, yeah.
And so yesterday, I mean, there were times where guys were I watched a couple spring training games yesterday, and guys were getting balls for free because the pitcher didn't pitch during the pitch clock and stuff like that. And that's going to be one of those things that is fun now, and then it's going to happen in a major moment, and there's going to be major backlash. But as for the steals, I am super interested in that and the shift. They did ban the shift the last couple of years in the minors, so it's or last year in the minors from what I hear. So it'll be interesting I want to kind of see if I can find somewhere that's, I don't want to dive into the numbers myself, but I want to find somebody that dove into the numbers so I can read it. But I saw already a Matt Olson highlight of him hitting the ball in the exact same spot last year for an out. And then first game of spring training this year, he gets a hit. And, I mean, even if it's, you said 30, 40 hits, even if it's 10 extra hits per left-handed hitter, if you're a good left-handed hitter, that's huge. And especially if you're a team like the Brewers, who paid Christian Yelich a ton of money and they need him to perform well, and he's been starting to hit the ball on the ground more. Well, if you hit the ball on the ground, but through a hole, that at least adds a little bit of value to him. So I'm excited for it, and we'll see how it works.
Definitely. I'm excited too as a casual baseball fan.
Can I ask you a question about Yelich? What are your thoughts about Yelich this year?
I'm in a wait and see mode. He makes a lot of contact still, and he hits the ball hard. Like, he hit a ball 499 feet last year. Coors aided, sure. But 499 feet, he still has hard exit velocities, just hits the ball on the ground, and he looks timid from time to time, which I can understand. When you're swinging a bat and you break your kneecap by fouling a ball off your knee, it's probably hard to get over mentally at any point in your life. Yeah. But I'm hopeful that even if he continues to hit the ball on the ground, which I hope he doesn't, but if he does, he should still be able to get more hits. And then with the bigger base pass and how many walks he takes, I'm hoping that, he can get like an extra 10 steals a year type of thing and add to his value. But I have no hope that he returns to 2018, 2019 Yelich.
Yeah.
Mickey, I want to bring up a card you had on your list here because, Nate and I every so often go back and forth, maybe not like against each other, but just in general about the licensed and non-licensed cards. And one of the cards on your list I was a little surprised about, I guess, although I like your, what you told me about it, was this 2017 Panini Flawless Bo Jackson auto, number 5, gold foil. Tell me why this was like one of your, 6 to 8 cards you were really keying in on.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, when I'm going through the PWCC, like the auction, I'm looking at cards that catch my eye sometimes, and then I'll look at the price, and if it's reasonable, I'll follow it, watch it, maybe put a bid in early. But this Bo, I mean, you can't say that the flawless design isn't awesome, whether it's licensed or not. You don't see Bo a ton in Kansas City autos. Like a lot of his autos sometimes are Angels or White Sox. So I like that he has the Royals jersey, even though you can't see the KC or the Royals. And then I just think the blue auto with the jersey looks amazing with the white background. So I don't know that this would be a card I would necessarily go after, but it's definitely one where it's like, wow, that's a good looking card. And with his stance there, his batting stance, you can't really tell that it's not. I don't think that it's not licensed, and that's important. That's important to me when it doesn't look like pajamas.
I was gonna say actually, props to Panini. I don't say the very often, but props to Panini with choosing an image here where like his arm is for sure blocking where you could see it and his head's turned to the side. Like probably about as good of a looking non-licensed flawless cards you can get. Really.
Yeah. I think it looks great.
Very nice card.
Yeah.
Funny enough, name that Bo search, it also came up with some Jackson Churio.
Yeah. Is that for sale tonight?
Yeah, the orange.
Huh. Man, those prices.
Yeah.
We all knew Jackson Churio prices were going to drop once his autos came out, but those non-auto colors have been steep.
Definitely, yeah. They went down quite a bit. Nate, ask your last question here, just because I think it's gonna have some good answer for it.
Okay, yeah. The last one?
Yeah.
Non-biased opinion here. Dodgers or Padres for the West?
Can I point to it?
And then, wait. Non-biased.
It's not going to be non-biased. I don't know how that's going to happen. I mean, again, lifelong San Diego fan. Even last year going into the playoffs, I would have been, if you really wanted a realistic answer, if I had to put money down, it would have been hard for me to put down on the Padres, even with how well we were playing leading up to the playoffs. But that series win, I mean, that was just for the city of San Diego. Again, talking about not having much as a San Diego sports fan, that was like a huge moment for San Diego to beat the Dodgers there. And I know we didn't go all the way and the Phillies beat us, but that, I think, the fandom and probably the team too, that just gave us a level of confidence that there's no reason we can compete. And then you talk about the offseason. By the way, we haven't talked about Manny.
We have not.
Dude, your owner's throwing money left, right, here, everywhere.
Crazy. It's crazy. I mean, and it was a team-friendly deal for sure. I haven't really looked into it because I was busy today, but it looks like he could have gotten at least $5 or $6 million per year somewhere else after this year if he opted out, but he decided he wanted to stay in San Diego. So he's going to go into the Hall of Fame with the San Diego hat on. That'll be pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, I can't do an unbiased opinion, but I definitely think the Padres are in a good position right now for sure.
Awesome.
I mean, you added Bogarts.
Yep.
You get
a shortstop we didn't need.
Yeah. You have a full season of Soto. Yeah. I mean, those are 3 guys you didn't have on the team last year to go along with Machado and Kim and Grisham and guys like that.
Yeah, I mean, some of our best pickups this offseason, I think, because we really needed starting pitching. So a guy like Seth Lugo, I mean, he was pretty good last year, and he could be a piece, whether it's in the rotation or a bullpen. And then we just got Michael Wacha, who knows? We actually just got Cole Hamels, the 55-year-old Cole Hamels. So it'll be interesting to see if he plays for us. But yeah, we're stacked. So it's a good time to be a Padre fan. That's for sure.
Yeah. As for the Dodgers, they just lost Trey Turner. They just lost Justin Turner. They did add JD Martinez and Noah Syndergaard. I think Bellinger, for the Dodgers, it just comes down to health. Dustin May
Yeah, I
healthy,
mean-
Walker Buehler coming back,
Yeah.
Kershaw staying healthy, Julio Urias staying healthy. If their pitching is healthy, that rotation is insanely good.
I
But
agree.
if it's not healthy,
I reluctantly agree to that. And even guys like Dustin May, he's good when he's healthy. That's for sure. So,
and he's their 5th starter.
yeah,
He might have the nastiest stuff in the rotation.
I can't say anything more better about the Dodgers. That's it for me. Dustin's pretty good. Yeah.
Mickey, I know you said you weren't massive into prospects before jumping on here, but from like just maybe even an MLB player right now that like hasn't seen a big card breakout yet. We have a question here from Elliot that says biggest breakout card in 2023. Is there anything that like pops in your mind when you read that sentence, or is it kind of like you're without the prospects, how can it break out?
Well, the problem is I don't even think prospects can break out anymore unless they're breaking out from like coming into the top 100. I mean, top prospects are already at a price. If you're talking about like Bowman Chromes, that again, they have to be MVP candidate to sustain that when they get called up. So
Yeah,
I'm reluctant because like, in 20 years of fantasy sports, I've learned I don't know a lot. So it's really hard for me to pretend like I'm going to know the next guy that pops off, especially in baseball when it's just so hard to predict that, and especially a Padre fan that's had a lot of top prospects that haven't done anything. So
yeah,
I look at like guys that didn't do well. I mean, not necessarily, usually young guys that didn't do well at the end of maybe their first year. Guys like Vlad after his first year that he didn't live up to the hype, in 19 and 20 really. His cards went down, and then I went, then you can go big into guys like that. Ohtani getting injured first year and a half. And going down, everyone forgets about him and then buying there. But it's not usually, not for me at least, it's not prospects.
got you.
Yeah.
All right. We got like 3 minutes left here. So I'm going to ask you a question here based on a card set that you brought up and maybe that you like the player too. But you said that Topps Dynasty is one of your favorite sets. I want to hear why.
Yeah. I mean, there's some obvious reasons, right? It's always game used. Every year, even if Topps has that weird language in the back that says it's not specific, it always says that it's game worn. It's always on card, which I love. And really, like if you kind of compare it to football or baseball, I look at it at whatever you want to call it, the national treasures and/or flawless type set that Topps makes. And I know that there's now, there's the transcendent, and which doesn't have patches primarily, or like now gilded and sets like that. But I've always liked this set. It started out in 14 and I didn't like it because I thought it was pretty ugly, at least the first couple of years. And I think it looks really good. I love what they did last year with the vertical set. And they always have awesome patches. Even the not good patches are usually at least 2 or 3 colors. They're never napkins. And then they have stuff like the Jackie Robinson and like the vintage unis that they put in there. So yeah.
A lot of really cool stuff in this. Derek Jeter's ending tonight. Patch auto out of 10, BGS 9.5 at 875. All right, Mickey, now last thing for sure right now. World Series prediction and how many games against who?
Can I just talk about the NL? Do I have to talk about the AL as well?
Well, you can take an NL pick.
Okay, so the Padres are going to win, obviously. Yeah. I think the Astros are just so good. I would never doubt. As much as I hated the Astros the last couple of years, they're just such a good organization. And even if you look at their team and go, okay, they lost guys like Correa, they always have guys like Pena coming up. And I don't know. I just like that team a lot and I love Jordan. So I would say Astros versus Padres. Obviously Padres are going to win. Sweet. It's not even going to be close. 4-0.
Obviously.
Yeah.
All right, Mickey. Well, hey, we really appreciate the time. Thank you so much for joining us talking baseball, and we hope to see you back on here at some point.
Yeah, thanks for everything. And I just want to say thank you guys. I feel like with the boom, there's a lot of content coming out, and a lot of it is not always what I feel authentic, but you guys are always genuine. You're humble, and I really appreciate everything that you guys do for the hobby. So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And we'll keep going, man. We'll keep pushing.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you, Mickey. Bye.
See you, Mickey.
Nate, how about that? You have to talk baseball with someone else.
Good stuff. Little ball talk.
I love it.
Hey, real quick, Bro Watch This says, I wonder if people remember the Astros cheating scandal when thinking about someone like Jordan 20 years from now. I hope Jordan doesn't get lumped in that because he had no part in it. So if he does get lumped in it, that's unfair.
Oh, dude, I was totally gonna look this up and then I forgot to when he was on the stream. So I didn't know he was huge into swimming. And this Michael Phelps PSA 10 2004 SI for kids. This is actually Jordan's. He messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I got this thing going." Yeah, it's at $2,000. There's only 2 PSA 10s of this.
Wait, Jordan, did I see this? I saw that right next to your Michael Phelps autograph.
He probably dropped it off at the show.
That's absurdly expensive. Hey, did you check in on my Garrett Mitchell?
Yeah, I did. I pulled up a couple of times when you guys were talking about the new rule changes, and I kind of figured that you talk about him with the stolen bases, but you never did.
Well, because now he's hitting bombs, and it's like
no opportunities to steal.
Just getting little dink and dunk extra hits.
Yeah, it's at 92 right now, which is pretty nice. Who knows what it ends at? But what do you think the top bid is?
Well, I don't know what the last comp is.
Well, you might need to look then.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a look.
Max is like, baseball puts me to sleep. Yeah, talking to someone from the UK, I can imagine there's not too many people in the UK too fond of baseball, other than a couple people I met over there. But man, that was enjoyable. I gotta say, it was enjoyable listening to someone other than Nate talk about baseball, because all I hear about is Garrett Mitchell hitting home runs now. Just kidding.
That's true.
Just messing with you.
What was I? I was looking up Garrett Mitchell. That's right. I was sitting here in front of my computer screen, just looking at card ladder, just trying to remember what in the world.
Like, what am I going to look up? Did you see the William Contreras green ice on here?
I did not.
Yeah, it was a green ice William Contreras auto.
Bro, last refractor best offer today, $110
for raw.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the last PSA 10 sold 116 February 13th. But that was before he hit 2 absolute bombs. Now, to be fair, wind was blowing out yesterday. Do with that what you will. But I will say this, the fact that he didn't pull the ball and he hit a home run oppo and then a home run center, I'll take it.
Man, I know you mentioned the name Garrett Mitchell a lot to me the last couple months.
Like
would have been nice to pick up a couple. I gotta say, I'm looking at these prices right now.
You know what they say. If there's one thing SlabStox Nate is good at, it's talking about guys and never doing anything about it.
That might be SlabStox Nate's actually number one quality if that was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jordan Love. His prices have boomed. I've been talking about buying him for months. We didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, we have no Jordan Love to speak of, and we did mention it at least for like a couple months straight. Hey, I saw this super old vintage soccer card. Look at this card, Nate. It's ANBC is the manufacturer. What does it look like?
It looks like those old like wooden like post serial cards or whatever from like the 70s or 80s to me. I don't know whether it's post or not, but
yeah, I get where you're going with that, but it looks like 1962 Topps baseball. You know, the baseball set that has like it's, you know what I'm talking about, 1962 Topps, Nate. It looks just like this.
Now, let it be known that my memory is not not.
Just look up 1962 Topps Hank Aaron, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You've seen Heritage cards like that before. It's like 2011 Heritage, I think, or maybe it's like 2013 Heritage.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's just crazy. Like that card was definitely produced overseas, and like I don't know if they were watching the baseball card designs and said, "Hey, let's rip that thing off and make it an old soccer card." But hey, the reason why I also thought about foil boards, Nate, does this not just seem insanely cheap to you?
It is insanely cheap. But again, I do think that there's something that happened to foil boards where they not only do they have the complete set, but then they got they got 2 different numbered foil board sets now, and they're drastically overproduced. And all of a sudden,
what do you mean by that?
Because you get like
there's one out of 264 and one out of 229.
Yeah.
This one's out of 229, but yeah, there's one out of 264. I'm confused.
Yeah. Now, let it be known that I don't really understand it very well because I haven't looked into it very much. Well, but I do know that there's 2 sets.
There's like none out of 229 that have sold recently at all, and it's clearly stamped at 229. All of them are like
Elliot, I'm pretty
264.
sure Aaron brought up one of your questions.
I did. Elliot, I got you. That's my high school friend, so just give me a hard time. I brought up the breakout card. I just threw a bit on this because it seemed like a good value. Oh, I wanted to talk about briefly too, as I just like breeze through these cards right now because there's 1 minute left in extended bidding or the first window. For those that were wondering, wait, Nate, do you like that? Do you like the blue Jason Churio or no?
Of course, I like the blue. Why not?
I could have bought a green shimmer PSA 9 today for 40, but I passed.
I mean, Jason Churio is both stupid money because it's ridiculous to spend the amount of money people are spending on him when he's in Dominican Summer League, and also one of those guys where it's hard to get the upside for as cheap as he is right now, if that makes sense. He's a bit of both.
Yeah, because normally those upside guys sell for like $1 million.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about the card show I went to today. So just a little tidbit of information for me to share is it doesn't really have to do a whole lot with baseball. Well, it has to do with baseball. I'll just talk. Basically, I went to a card show today. Of course, looking to buy soccer. Found no soccer. I need to place these bids fast. And I actually found one soccer card that I bought, but I was there. I drove an hour away. I met SlabStox Julian there. And I said, I'm not going to drive all this way just to literally buy nothing because I had to drive to the middle of Wisconsin listening to Chelsea get absolutely wrecked. And that just would have been even worse.
Which also it was, I mean, what was it? 2 hours to get to Janesville?
No, it was an hour there, an hour back. It wasn't really that long.
It's like a barely even a drive.
I know. I'm just over exaggerating just for dramatic effects. Either way, the point is that I get there and there's no soccer cards. And I pivoted. I said, you know what? I'm going to make use of my time. Started buying baseball like crazy. Walked out with like 15 different colored or auto Bowman Chrome cards. It's quite fun, actually. Had a good time.
Fun. And then you get to follow along. I've been following along with Jackson Merrill now because I bought that stupid blue choice auto.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best thing about buying a prospect card. You actually go and look at their stats. Did you see that yellow red mini? Just a fun little card. It's a fun little card. I'm completely caught off guard now on some of these cards ending. I probably already missed the. Ooh, how much did you buy the Jason Churio autos for at Burbank?
Like an average of 35.
Oh, okay. So this one is the NBA Authentic Raw, which actually a lot of the NBA Authentic cards are selling for over most completed sales values, and this one next bid takes it to 38 already, or 39 almost.
They were all in different lots where I had to average out the prices. Realistically, so you could bump up some of the larger cards a couple bucks and bump that down and say I got it for 30 or 25 if you want to bump something else up 10. But
so you're doing some extra math in there.
Yeah. I bought the Jackson Merrill for 140 and I bought the first Churio for 25. Is that better?
Yes. That sounds like some accounting stuff right there that you would do to like reduce your taxable income or something.
Also, your daily Jackson Merrill update refractor PSA 9 selling for 152.
What did you buy and how much? The blue choice?
Blue choice. There is no straight blue. Blue choice for 130 in a deal.
Wow. It's trending up that much?
Yeah.
Should we drop a bid ski in here on the Garrett Mitchell? Also, I sold way too early on my Casemiro. Freaking United winning a trophy today. I can't believe that. Oh, Garrett Mitchell has got a bid.
I think since you got that Garrett Mitchell black today,
we pass.
I'm good on having one.
Yeah, so I actually made a really
Especially
nice.
Since I talked about it for months and we didn't do anything. It's like, why buy now? Oh, we have that Merrill. We have that Mitchell from.
Yep, the Kesem auction. On card auto PSA 10 numbered out like 250. I think we got for like $50, something around there. Oh, there was a super nice red Pedri out of 5 PSA 10 ending tonight. I shouldn't look at it because it's gonna make me want to bid on it.
Did Christian Pache do something for the A's?
His red auto is at like a bunch of money, isn't it, tonight?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he did anything in the first couple.
Oh, I don't know.
Because otherwise that's absurd that you'd be spending money in the year 2023.
Hey, make sure you keep an eye on the chat. I have been extremely ignoring the chat ever since I had to come over here and start to look at stuff to bid on.
Yeah.
Not ignoring it on purpose.
Down on the farm did say, but who did you buy, Aaron? You want to give us a quick rundown of names?
Yeah, I got a nice Bobby Witt rookie numbered. I got I'm gonna forget all these process. Oh, I got Jace Jung refractor auto off 499. I knew that name because of Nate. I got a CJ Abrams rookie. I got a Kevin Alcantara PS9 Sapphire. Nate, what were some other good ones? I can't remember now. I'm asking you, but there's no way you'd remember.
No, there's no way I'd remember.
Let me just look at these pictures quick. Oh, I got a Julio Bowman Chrome or Bowman Sapphire rookie, a Jackson Holiday, the Mood Ring. I got Ellie De La Cruz Mega, Max Muncy Green of 99 Mega out of 50, a cool George Valera, and then Brooks Lee was the other prospect too.
Brooks Lee, purple.
Yeah. There's got to be more comments than just that. There has to be.
Oh, yeah. I'm still going.
Okay. I thought that was it.
No. Is Pat B says, is Tatum still undervalued, still below finals value from last year? Well, now that the Bucks are 14-0 with Chris Middleton in the lineup since his second injury, it's like, who even is Jason Tatum?
I've never heard of Jason Tatum. I've never heard that guy in my life.
Yeah. I wouldn't bet on him. Not against the Bucks. Championship winning pedigree, gonna win their second this year. No big deal.
Dude, I gotta say, when everything looks really bleak, Badgers absolutely choking to Michigan today thanks to Dickinson's.
Dude, that last second three to tie it up.
Yeah, that was such a brutal loss, man. But my point is nothing's looking good in sports right now for me. But F1 returns and the Bucks are awesome right now, so I'll take it.
So not nothing. Just
specifically Chelsea and the Badgers stink. That's what specifically is wrong.
The Badgers, I'm pretty sure the Badgers lose one more game.
And it's done.
One more game, they're out of the. They have to win the rest of their games, which is what, like 3-2?
2. It's 2. Purdue at home and Gophers away.
Oh, yeah,
Purdue's not been good recently, but you never know. I mean,
but neither have the Badgers.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Their 16-12 record, and you have to win. You have to win the Big Ten tournament.
No, we don't have to win the Big Ten tournament. Right now, we were like
early loss there, bro.
No, not okay. I'm not saying early loss. We have to win at least a game or two, but we do have to for sure win the last 2 games and at least a game or 2 in the tournament.
Yeah.
We don't have to win the Big Ten tournament, though.
You might.
No,
you lose to Purdue, you're going to have to.
Okay. Yeah, if we lose to Purdue, then yes, we will have to. Go ahead.
You go.
I was just going to say I like to just try to dump on Nate's teams when I can, but unfortunately Kansas is way too good right now, and they're winning everything.
Kansas is great. Arsenal's on top. And the Brewers are doing Brewers things, unfortunately. But maybe we'll have Rookie of the Year and Garrett Mitchell or Bryce Terang. Fingers crossed. That would be nice. Bucks are great.
Elliot, that's a great question. Why is UW Milwaukee a better basketball recruit than Badgers these days? Bro, our recruiting in basketball has been awful, like absolutely awful. I really hope next year's class, as they say it's supposed to be good, is actually good because it's been terrible.
What worked really well for the Badgers football program
is firing and hiring a new coach.
Is firing the old guard, no pun intended on great guard, and hiring somebody completely out of the system that can run something completely different.
Dude, honestly, I'm not going to disagree because I've seen what happened with that football team. Now we better play well, but yeah. Also, I bought so much here recently that I'm definitely not pushing to buy like another 30 cards accidentally. I wouldn't mind winning a few, and also I really want to get that card for a giveaway down there because I think it'd be fun.
What? Dame Lillard, 40 points in the first half.
Yeah, I got that notification. 41 in the first half. Is he gonna double it up and get 82?
Dude, is he gonna beat Kobe's record?
He's on pace. He's on pace.
That'd be wild.
I gotta give a shout out my boy Max. He's got a couple Neymar's ending tonight, and I see that camo PSA 10 is at 370 pre-buyers premium already, and I think he's got the pink laser as well going. It was down a little further, or maybe all right. Oh no, it's right there. Nate, what's the view on Robert Hassel? So is he the guy that's still on the Padres, or is he the guy that's on the Nationals?
No, he was the guy that they had the option between him and Jackson Merrill, and they chose him. He slotted in at 112th out of 112 guys on the top 112 list for Fangraphs, which still a top 100 prospect. So you can't complain there. But no, I already have some Robert Hassel in the house here, so we don't need to triple up on him.
Oh, okay. Well, you're good.
Yeah,
you did your thing. You did your thing. All right, we'll back off.
Also, I don't entirely trust the Nationals, so to speak, from a prospect development standpoint. So obviously Soto, amazing. Bryce Harper before that. But a lot of the other guys they've been bringing up, I think Carter Kieboom and guys like that, have been disappointing, to say the least. So,
yeah. Carter Kieboom never did anything.
Correct. But he did have a sick top short print. Did you ever see that?
He did. I kind of remember seeing it. He's like hitting a home run, or no, I can't remember.
I'll have to look it up.
Either way, we just got the most fitting giveaway win of all time. I said, what better way than to give away a Tatis card on the day that Tatis Trader joins us on the PWCC weekly auction. So here we go. That will be one of the giveaways. We'll have a couple tonight. We'll do 2 baseball giveaways. I think I already have the other one pegged. It's a Mike Trout SGC 10 card. It looks really sick. I love the set. But yeah, so that will be one of the 2 giveaways, or those will be the 2 giveaways for tonight. So make sure to stick around to have a chance to win one of those 2 cards.
Sweet.
Do you figure out this Carter Kieboom image or no? Or did you already forget your?
I was looking, but I can't find it quick enough. And Down on the Farm brings up a good point, and one that I'm usually not. I usually get stuck in my ways. Is when teams get new player development systems in, new GMs, new scouting departments, new training, new everything, and I'm still stuck in like, well, they sucked before, so they're going to suck now, which isn't always the case.
Nate, I just looked up. Is it the one where he's like on deck and swinging, and the picture is like from behind him?
Yeah,
that's a pretty sick shot.
That's great. One of the best short prints I've ever seen.
That's really cool.
Oh, we got a win here. Tom won immaculate UFC Shadow Box Sean Strickland auto out of 99 and a 2-card 1978 Saul something Jimi Hendrix lot.
Speaking of UFC, well, not really UFC. Did anyone actually watch the Tommy Fury Jake Paul fight? I followed it on ESPN, like the feed where they had an employee like typing what was going on, but I didn't watch it. Jake Paul, first career loss in boxing, but it was a split decision, no knockout. Bro, watch this.
I did ate some punches, man.
Who did?
I said I saw some highlights. Jake Paul ate some punches.
Yeah, he took a pretty big uppercut, I think, at one point. Bro, watch this. I did get your email. Totally forgot to respond. That's on me. Normally, I always get back to those by at least the upcoming weekend. I will make sure. Can you just re-email me, bro? Watch this in the same email thread if possible, or send me another one, and I will for sure get that back to you. Max says some of these cards are selling for big money. That Vinny rookie at 960, all in is madness. Which Vinny rookie? Am I missing one? I might have missed it. Maybe I didn't favorite it, but this card is crazy. So it's a stamped 1 of 1. Nate, do you know how these things were released?
Whoa.
What?
Rob won the card I wanted to win.
Oh, he got the Trout Transcendent.
Rob, you want to give it to me for free? Great win, Rob. Great win. That is truly one of the nicest cards I've ever seen. I love it.
I think that was such a good idea, making those old Topps sets and Bowman sets into the Superfractor autos and stuff like that. I just think it was a spectacular idea. And they started that in 2018 when they did like the Soto 52, the Mantle design rookie auto. And it's a huge card, bro. I'm pumped about this. Actually, no, I'm not. That's a 2018 sticker. I was like, why did I get a 2016 sticker for so cheap? Well, now I know why. It's a 2018. I didn't look at the year. It's all right, $20.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I know, and then I got this cool old Fati too. But have you seen these in person, Nate? They're like the Gypsy Queen gems.
Oh, the Tarot Diamond.
Well, just these type. So someone submitted an Ohtani for us to get graded, and they're just sick cards. It's like smaller than normal. This is
I've never seen that. It's like a P206 size card.
Yeah, but it's longer. It's longer than that. It's numbered out 250. That one, Wander rookie, kind of cool. And we'll give away this Trout Wheel of Fortune tonight, as well as this Tatis PSA 9 Prism.
Hey, Nick Full says 2023. I'm only buying True Color. Speaking of True Color, Aaron, did you post that photo from that one guy of all the Bowman?
No, I did not. I forgot to do that. But talk about it.
There was a player. What did I say his name was, Aaron?
It was Jose something.
I can't remember now. There was a player that posted on his Instagram, I assume it was sent to me by a buddy, of him signing autos, and he had giant stacks of Bowman base autos in front of him. I'm talking probably like 300, 400 card high stacks across the table. And it was I think there must have been like 3,000-4,000, 5,000 base autos in front of him. It was something absurd.
5,000. You think
that was probably a bridge too far. But all I'm trying to say is it was the biggest. It was alarming. I'll go with it was alarming.
There was definitely stacks. Lots of stacks.
Let me find the photo real quick to look at it to give you.
It was on Instagram. I can confirm. Hey, by the way, we got this foil board.
Can you zoom in? Yeah. Or can you? Those are all base. Those are base autos, guys. All those stacks you see. Base auto on base auto on base auto.
That's crazy. I gotta respond to Bro Watches really quick. So, dumb question: how do you add payment method on PWCC? You just get an invoice at the end once you win, and then you pay through each invoice. You don't like add a payment method to your account.
Juan Alonso.
Yeah,
Juan Alonso was the player.
I thought it was Jose Alonso. Oh, it's Juan Alonso. Okay, got you. Garrett says New Jersey Devils locking a huge trade. Was that the one for like Timo? Was it Meyer? Timo Meyer? I can't remember.
Timo Werner?
No,
changing.
Nate, do you see we got that foil board, the hobby foil board, Bichette for like $58?
So cheap. Wait, did you say Devils locked in a huge trade?
Yeah, New Jersey Devils for
Timo Meyer.
Meyer, I think that's what.
And Timur Ibragimov.
Do you just get a
Scott Harrington and Santeri Hataka, goaltender Zachary Edmond, and Colorado's 2024 5th-round pick.
Wow.
In return, they received Shakir Muhammadolin, Nikita something, Andreas Johnson, Fabian Zuderland, a 2023 first-round pick, a 2024 second, and a 2024 seventh.
So that's
brother, a lot of names of a lot of guys I've never heard of in my entire life.
My brother texted me today and said, what did he say? He said that the Jets actually like had a trade in place, I think, to get that Timo guy. And then he said that he wouldn't sign an extension in Winnipeg. He said, we're just down terribly right now. basically denied the trade, I guess. Have you guys seen Martinelli tops Merlin red 10? I have not, but sounds like a sick card. Color match, rookie 2020. Sounds like a nice card. As is this Pedri red 5, bro. I want this so badly, but it's going to sell for so much money.
If you buy that Pedri over the Mike Trout,
you would absolutely jump through the screen and murder me. No, I'm not buying it. I just said I really like it. That's all I'm saying. Let's go and check out 10,000 listings left. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, there's only 12 minutes left. There's that many listings? No, 8:30. 8:30.
It's 8:30. So I mean, remember, once we hit the 10 o'clock, it'll go on significantly. Holy smokes.
Yeah, gold.
Wow, bro. So here's the deal. Clearly, they are a 100% different team when he plays versus when he doesn't. Now,
and clearly, they're a 100% different team when he's not playing with a concussion, because I don't think the Packers beat them if he wasn't concussed.
I would probably have to agree.
And he doesn't throw 3 picks in a half. Big yawn.
What do you think the risk factor is here, though? I mean, there clearly is a high risk factor, no?
Oh, well, yeah, gigantic risk factor. We're talking about a dude who had 3 concussions in one season. He should be retiring, not playing football next year.
Like, I know this card doesn't pop up often in any way, shape, or form.
I couldn't find it in like the last year.
Yeah, I was just looking. It's crazy, actually. There hasn't been one sold with how much his cards went up. But $7,500 for a PSA 8, and it's going to go over 10 with the buyer's premium probably by the time that it ends. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's one of those things where maybe it's that high because it hasn't sold, because maybe a lot of them haven't been pulled.
That's possible. And Jacob says that card could literally go to $50. I mean, to be honest, we saw Andrew Luck, who was 100% like a transcendent football talent at quarterback from like what was coming out in the mid 2000s or 2010s. His cards went to like nothing. Like, he even had some success over like more than just a year, and his cards literally went to like nothing. So if Tua ended up being a similar situation, Jacob S, like, that sounds kind of like a joke, like, oh, an $8,000, $10,000 card at $50. It could be 100% true in 2 years. It could be 100% true.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Peg Junk says, light the beam. Sorry, off topic. Did you see? You saw. You had to have seen.
176 to 175, the second highest scoring game ever. 340-point scores in that game, bro. That was crazy. But it was like 150 to 150 at the end of regulation.
Also amazing.
Which is insane. That's just incredible. Speaking of basketball, well, not on the Clippers anymore. This card actually has sold a few times in the last, I want to say 2 years. One time here, probably a year ago. I remember actually we were discussing it a year ago. It sold for 4,000. What?
This card?
It sold exactly 1 year and 13 days ago. $4,400 1 year and 13 days ago. It's at $7,000 after buyer's premium right now. $7,800 is the next bid.
Wow.
Yeah, it's substantial increase for a player. That's first time All-Star. Obviously one of the best scorers in the NBA. Tua is 100% bigger risk than Zion, because at least Zion, I feel, will. Okay, I have to say, massive disappointment if he only plays like 50 games a year for the rest of his career. He'll still probably play, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years at the worst, 6 years at the worst. But you never know. I mean, you could decrease your effectiveness pretty quickly if you're not playing.
Tua's already played 3.
Yeah.
Zion's on his 3rd after missing rookie season.
Yeah, but Tua is a situation, I feel like, where it's like either like all or nothing, and there's a good chance it could be nothing, when Zion, at least, I feel like, will play something. But I don't know, man. It's really disappointing. I thought that this was the year where it's like he's going to be healthy for 65 games or more. Nope. Not happening. There is quite a few things still available in tonight's auction in case you are watching or looking to buy something. One of which is that Bowman Sterling Superfractor 1/1 BGS 9.5 that Mickey was talking about earlier. And then the other, I didn't get to say this because Nate was so mystified by Rob winning the Transcendent Trout, which is a good reason to be mystified. But this 1/1 PSA 10 Eden Hazard right here. So this is the El Samba parallel. And it's like the colors of Brazil in the background there. These were not pack pulled. These were sold before Panini sold cards.
Classic pylon orange.
Yep, same thing. Before they sold cards through their own website, like they do now with like the blockchain physical and digital cards and stuff. But this was sold via like an eBay auction. Literally, they sold the entire set, I think, which is crazy. That just sounds so weird. But that's what happened. And here is PSA 10 at $1,400.
You know what that reminds me of?
In
did Sapphire start 2016 or was it 2015? 2016, I think.
I think it's 2016 with Seager, right?
When Sapphire started, and you could buy a box, and it was absurdly expensive at the time, like $250, $300 or something, but it was guaranteed 2 1/1s per box,
which is insane.
Yeah.
You do that now, and that's like your old $10,000 PSG set where you don't even get a 1/1.
Yep.
Hey, this seems like a lot.
I think the last PSA 9 sale, but it was this is a PSA 9 with 10 auto, which helps.
Yeah.
I think they're right in line with that. I mean, we're talking about one of the best prospects in all of baseball. But we are not talking about an OG color here, though. So
no, we're not. A nice speckle at $299. Someone actually asked me, it was Lord Gunter the other day. He said, which of these cards would you most want of the Bowman Chrome cards? And it was 2 base, a speckle, and a refractor auto. All autos. I say refractor auto $499 all day. And it's cheaper too. Can Pulisic's market go lower? It 100% can go lower, and I'll tell you how it can go lower. Right now, there was actually a card.
Chelsea gets relegated?
Well, no, it's not because of Chelsea. It's because he's going to move from Chelsea. Here's the card that's still going now. PSA 10 tie-dye patch auto. It can go lower if he ends up on a team that's definitely not in the Premier League or vying for big television in the United States. Now, I know he hasn't played much with the injuries and everything like that. And AC Milan's a big club, historic club. They won Serie A last year. They're in Champions League round of 16. But honestly, if I just don't really feel like that players like Pulisic would like sell all that well if he was playing an Italian club, as we kind of saw with Weston McKennie. But maybe I'm wrong about it. I could be completely wrong. Maybe he goes to AC Milan and he plays amazingly and he helps them win titles and he plays in the Champions League. Then maybe the market does go up. Actually, it's better than sitting on the bench and being hurt at Chelsea, I guess. So
I think he should stop being a coward and come play for the MLS. Come home.
Nah, he should go join Leeds United States.
That's true. He should join Leeds. If he doesn't join Leeds and he moves, I'm gonna be upset.
But yeah, let's hope that USA is or U.S. men's national team is competitive in years to come because he's a great player. Just needs to stay healthy. Oh my goodness, dude, bro, this thing was literally at $1,400 like 30 minutes ago. Jordan, are you here? Jordan, we need live
talk about that. I don't think he had a price comp on it. He didn't know what to put it at, but
see, you highlighted the auto.
Well, I'm always going to highlight an auto.
I know. So honestly, it's a pop too, and yeah, it's an expensive card. The last one,
and there it goes.
So yeah, I saw that there. But there was the other one. It's a pop too. The other copy, which was an old PSA label, which a lot of people, don't like as much as the new PSA labels. It sold for $6,300 January 4th. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I guess if it keeps on going, it's close to that. But maybe I shouldn't be shocked. I didn't know that. I get that it's hard to grade these SI for kids, but it's clearly one of his more sought after cards, if not most sought after card. I wonder what the most expensive Phelps card is of all time. Oh wow, 2004 Leaf rookie on-card auto PSA 9 with a 10 auto. $35,000 December 9th, 2021.
Could have called that.
And it's for fans of the game. Ravens. It's got like a Ravens logo on the card.
Oh, I've seen those cards. I think there's only 2 fans of the game cards, and one was
So
right?
there's a lot of fans of the game.
Which one has Kobe and isn't there one that's just Kobe and Michael Phelps?
You're thinking of the one from 2014 Prism, where's World Cup Kobe. Jordan, I actually just saw this. You said it last sold on PWCC for 21,000. So yeah. Now, Jordan, I imagine you looked at the date that sold. It sold March 17th, 2020, or March 27th, 2021. We all know how the GOATs and the super low pop cards were selling for back in the early 2021 stage, which was not even early 2022 stage, which they were selling for a lot too. But last sale I think is more realistic, which I'm sure that you knew anyways. But either way, at one point it's 21K. So learn something new every day.
Merrick says he's trying to get that Gunner Gold auto, or was.
Let's see here. What's it at? I'm always intrigued to on the fly, and we are just about the 10 o'clock hour. That's a sick Messi, the 2015 gold. Ooh, jersey number 10 out of 10 too. Wow, that is quite the card. The Gunner. Oh wow, that's a lot. For wave,
You used to be able to buy a raw wave back when it came out for probably $200, $150
of like a top prospect you're saying, or what?
of a Gunnar Henderson specifically.
Oh wow. So a PSA 10.
I've been holding that for a long time.
A PSA 10 sold for $2,000 October 24th, but a PSA 9 sold January 12th for $1,700. Kind of just talking about how much the baseball market's moved. It's moved quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, it is not done yet, so we will see how close it can get. It's at 4,100 right now, going into the next minutes. 10 o'clock on the dot. We've got 2 giveaways coming on the way tonight, everyone, so stay tuned, and it's very easy to join. It's free to join as well. Just got to listen to some instructions later. Wow, okay. Let's go look at this. There was a lot, Nate. There was a lot of, like, at one point would be perceived as extremely nice Ben Simmons cards ending tonight. I think someone finally said Ben Simmons, he's not bouncing back.
Wait, you telling me a guy making $33 million a year, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists ain't enough for you? That's not enough for 33 mil?
I'm telling you that this
makes
card. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to hear what you're about to hear?
It's going to be something absurd. I know that.
So, October 2017. This is a good 2 years off from even the first hot period before COVID came for cards, right? October of 2017, this black label sold for $3,300. 2017. Wow. 1,000 Mountains. How will Mbappe cards be affected by PSG shakeup? Did I miss something? I mean, did I miss something like coach getting fired or something like that? Unless I guess I'm not sure what shakeup was pointing to. This was a really cool Mbappe card, but I'm shocked honestly that an out of 5 red non-auto sold for $1,400. This isn't like his Topps Chrome rookie or anything even close. Although that was sell for way more. But this was from the PSG set where they did have the autos, but for even $1,400 for a raw non-auto seems like a lot, non-rookie. Oh, Garrett got the orange Alec Manoa. Thank you for sharing. Ooh. I saw that. Very nice card.
That's very fun. I like that. Dude, you know what? Ben Simmons reminds me of just Nicholas Batum and how disappointed people were in Nicholas Batum after he moved from Portland to Charlotte. And then you look at Nicholas Batum's numbers and it's like
better than Ben Simmons.
In Charlotte, he averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. And it's like, whew.
You're talking about people being excited about Nicholas Batum after his career high was 14.3 before that. Although Ben Simmons was probably like,
well, it was mostly because Nicholas Batum, yeah, the points weren't huge, but we're talking about a 24-year-old, 25-year-old that was doing 14 and 5 and 5, 13 7 and 5. Back when people weren't really doing that.
I was gonna say in 2012, it's not like that they were scoring, like your Joe Schmo, like Kyle. Okay, I don't want to call Kyle Kuzma Joe Schmo, but Kyle Kuzma's like a 20 a game scorer right now. There was only like the elite player scoring over 20 a game, at one point.
Yeah. So it's just funny how, like, I feel like history is repeating itself, but Ben Simmons is a much, much bigger name than Nicholas Batum and performing much worse.
Number one pick, a lot of people are saying, talent of next LeBron if he can shoot type of thing.
At one point, I bring this up till the day I die. I had a buddy of mine tell me that after Ben Simmons' like rookie year or second year, that he'd rather have Ben Simmons than Giannis. That's the worst. That was the worst hot take at the time. I got irrationally angry defending Giannis in that scenario, and he's a Bucks fan too. And now, fast forward, so bad. Maybe the worst take in the history of takes.
I mean, at least people I know who have given takes. I don't know him in person, but through you now, that's quite a horrendous take, I must say.
I had buddies who told me back when I worked at Menards in college that Giannis couldn't get any better when he was scoring like 20 points, 8 rebounds, and like 5 assists.
Here we are today, 32, 12, and 6, which the 12 is second in the league in rebounds while also scoring like top 4 amount of points. GM says thoughts on Jadon Sancho. So, bro, I don't know if you've been seeing it, but he's been playing quite well. Eric Ten Hag is absolutely turning around the fortunes of United, and I actually saw that there was an orange. Dude, so this sold for $100 tonight. Now, yes, this card used to sell for way, way more. However, we got the PSA 10 Pop 2 Immaculate Rookie out of 65 rookie logo for $275, I think, here, or $300 it was, like 2 months ago. Yeah, we still do. Yeah, when he wasn't, after the World Cup, he was like taking some time off for like physical and mental reasons, and his cards were just in the cellar, like worst sales ever. Bought that card 10% what it used to sell for, which is $2,000 was one sale, $4,000 was the other. Got for $300, and I'm pretty fired up right now. I came off the bench today, in the final, and I think more to come. Looks like he's really starting to hopefully get back on track. We got 41 cards left here.
Ew. Real quick, sports card professor tennis Sharapova auto sold $384 tonight, and 2 weeks ago for over $1,000. Oh, you didn't buy it. I thought he was buying it. Merrick.
Go ahead.
Merrick, real quick. Nate, when do you think is the best time to sell that Jason you have? Question coming from the guy that owns 2 True Greens and a Blue Mega.
He missed last week.
Well, Merrick, you weren't on last week when somebody sent me an offer on the fixed place marketplace. We finagled back and forth a couple of times, and we settled on $630 on the fixed place marketplace. Ended up being a profit for me of $150 even after fees and stuff. And I wasn't intending to necessarily sell it last week, but I also wasn't intending to buy it when I bought it. And so I wasn't going to sell it. And then the chat talked me into saying, because I always say, if you're making money, you can't go unhappy. And I sold.
I like to point out that twice you called this thing the fixed place marketplace.
Fixed place? Yeah. Fixed place marketplace.
Sound funny. It's like
its new name.
But yeah, fixed price marketplace here on PWCC.
Ooh, Adam Holgate won the Kyle Tucker foil board we were looking at earlier.
Oh, nice. Look at this card.
That's amazing.
You're cool.
How is that only $110?
I don't know. There's only 2 grade higher. Just sold. Oh, wow. A lot of those sold. 8 of them one time. Time to pick a card.
Okay.
I'm taking that. I'm taking the you're cool.
All right. Keep going. Ooh, a little Dragon Ball Z. Go up. Go up. Sometimes it's one of those. No, up. I'm feeling today's the day where it's going to be some random.
You better pick something, bro.
No, I'm going with Dragon Ball Z. I'm going with the Dragon Ball Z.
All right. You got Goku?
Goku.
Goku against MJ. I love it. All right. I'm going to put in the.
Goku wins that fight 1,000 times out of 1,000. Jace,
why talking about like a fictional character that can like literally blast people into nothing.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, put a number 1 in the chat if you so choose to enter the giveaway. and we'll leave that open until like 10, 12, or no, 10, 11 Central Time. 10, 11 Central Time. That's a Dragon Ball Z sealed box, 1991. Okay, I need you to explain to me difference between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball came first. Young
Okay.
Goku. Dragon Ball Z, older Goku.
Okay, so how many years apart was this series like released?
Oh, I don't know the answers to that.
So it looks like Dragon Ball was created in 1984, and Dragon Ball Z was the animated series that released in 1989. It started. Man, I'm confused.
And then they have like Dragon Ball Super or something like that. They've got like new Dragon Ball episodes I've never watched.
Oh, but well, a little confusing, not gonna lie. Ooh, you're done. Goku's done. One round, that's it. Wow, this kid's a scrub now.
I'd never have bet on Goku. Hey, whoa! I'm pretty sure we have the same amount of wins this year.
I don't know about that.
Dude, get out of here.
It's close.
Should have chosen the Dragon Ball Z box if I'd known it was there.
There's no chance you're picking a $1,650 thing. There's just no way.
There is no way.
I don't believe it. Yeah. Although sometimes that's what ends up last. Bro, I guess I never told you this maybe, but the other week, Drew Holiday, you know when he had his like career high tied it against the Celtics?
40-point game or something like that?
40 something. I've had a Contenders Auto SGC 9 listed on the fixed price for like maybe like 8 months now. It got a $60 offer after that game, and I took it right away because Raw were selling for like 20.
YOLO.
So we sold it here, got 60 and probably like $20 last year. And we still have the NT, the triple patch auto of
oh yeah, I remember buying that.
Yeah, we still have that. So I'm ready for another finals this year and then to get it auctioned off because it's not a Bucks card. I have oh my gosh, I love that card. The immaculate jersey number patch auto at 21. That's like one of my favorite cards in my shelf, and that's the card I won't sell of Drew. But I'll sell a Sixers rookie all day if he's doing well. Giveaway is almost closed, everyone. Aaron, think like Star Wars. It's a family story. Goes Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, then Super. Sonea's right. It's just the different arc names of Goku and his family, pretty much. All right, thanks. I appreciate that.
And
wow,
you should try to find yourself watching some of that. It's great stuff.
Yeah, I hear it's actually pretty good.
Oh, you're done.
I'm a scrub now.
You're done, son.
It's too bad. It's too bad.
To be fair, at least, something I chose the realm of is still going.
Okay, don't give me that. That's ridiculous.
You know? It's kind of like I'm winning because there's still a Dragon Ball Z thing out there.
Well, there's still a Michael Jordan card out there, so I don't even want to hear it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. All right, we're moving to our secondaries. That Michael Jordan against this Dragon Ball Z box.
Oh, you're crazy. Pat says, Aaron, need to go to a national soccer game. Went for the Men in Black game on Saturday and was sick. Nate, welcome to with his Arsenal jersey. I hear MLS games can get pretty rowdy, not going to lie. Minnesota United. I hear Julian told me he went to an Atlanta United game and it was pretty crazy. It's nice to hear that they're.
Do you have any interest in MLS season pass
at CL Sounders? Wait, is that the?
Wait, can I still get it?
Is it the CL Sounders? Yeah, no,
I can get the through T-Mobile. You can get the 2023 MLS season pass on us.
Oh, I saw a million. I thought you meant like an actual ticket pass. No. I have no interest, but thanks for offering. And also, I saw that commercial on TV today.
Oh, nice.
T-Mobile was running.
I also have no interest, so I would download it to just not use it ever. So
I hate to say it, but my interest in MLS is so negative. It's not even funny, but I do hear it. I think that it's going a little bit more towards actually like players, and I've seen it. You know, a lot of players going over to Europe, which is a little bit more intriguing, but still not intriguing enough for me to learn a lot about it. Much as I hate to say it, not too much European soccer.
You know what they say about SlabStox Aaron? Half European at this point.
Do they say that?
They say that, yeah. I'm not making that up.
I guess they say that. So, well, I guess.
Well, Dragon Ball Z still going.
My Jordan's done. All right, we will probably screen share this giveaway maybe right now as these things are ending. We'll pop back to see what's left between those. So we've got 2 winners tonight. Number 1 spot is going to end up getting the Mike Trout, that cool Gypsy Queen SGC 10. Then last place is going to get Tatis Prism PSA 9 2020 Topps Chrome card. Good luck, everyone. 1, 2. I hate to say I've never picked the right name here.
I haven't won this since we're outside in that hotel in like Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and I've never won this.
All right, so I'm gonna go with. I'm not feeling good about any of them. Who are you choosing?
WC Charger cards.
WC Charger. All right, I'm going with MJ Flipper.
MJ Flipper 42.
42.
Craven cards is that
Real
number
new?
1, and last place is Pathora. WC.
They were at the bottom almost.
MJ Flipper's 11. Oh, WC was 47. Pretty close to winning at least something. But yeah, Craven cards, congrats on your first place victory, and Pathora on last place. Y'all know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, I'll explain it. info@slabstox.com. That is where you email, and you're going to want to email your identity key. You go to your account, you hit My PWCC in the top right. You click on preferences, and then you email us your identity key, and we'll get that giveaway transferred to you. And we appreciate you being here. So there's still 3 items left going tonight. I think we got to wait a couple more minutes to see what might end up being the last or one of the last 2 items. That is a first-year Kobe Galactic right there as well, 2015 Revolution. They did not print many Galactics that year, although to see 995s is definitely more than I think I would have thought there'd be. The base Galactics, there's barely any grade of. There's like maybe less than 7 overall, no matter the grade of like LeBron or Curry, probably. We'll see. I don't even know what Red Skull is, Nate. What even is Red Skull? What's it from?
Is that the bad guy in the first? Is that the bad guy in the first Captain America?
Ooh,
dude that loses his face. Also known as Elrond from Lord of the Rings.
I haven't. I saw Captain America released, and then I didn't see it for a long time. Pat says, Nate, we'll see you on the next Sapphire break Tuesday. Pat will be joining Nate on whatnot.
Let it be known if you are in here and you are interested in some Bowman Sapphire, either draft or chrome. I promise you, we will have some of the best prices you ever see on this stuff. We're talking selling draft boxes for $50 cheaper than you can find on eBay right now. At least that's what we're doing on Tuesday. So if you want to get into some Sapphire and you want it cheap, come check us out on Tuesday.
On whatnot.
On whatnot.
Good plug, Nate. Good plug. All right. Pathora, there you go. Thank you for emailing. Congrats. Let's see if this Kobe is going to be the last thing. This is actually pretty crazy. You see 3 items all over 2,600 last remaining.
I knew. I told you it was going to be something expensive at the start, and then you were like, no, Nathan, don't go with your gut. Go against your gut. That's what you said to me.
I never said that.
Yeah, everyone can vouch for me.
I literally never said that.
I'm just kidding.
Big battle for the Kobe here. Big battle for the Kobe. 45 seconds left on that Red Skull PMG.
So what's up with them doing the why didn't they do the 2013 Fleer Retros? Why did they do it out of 10 instead of doing what they did before, where it's just the first 10 out of 150 or whatever?
Yeah, so they did like the first 10 are green and then the next 90 are red. I don't know why they switched it for the different sets. I know in hockey, the retro set in 2012, they kept it like they did with basketball. Here they did it differently. I'm not 100% sure why. Craven, you're welcome. You're welcome, and I'm glad you enjoy. If anyone has any thoughts on the show in general, I guess feel free to comment them. We always looking to make it a little bit more exciting. I think the interview tonight was good. Nate, what did you learn some things about Mickey?
Yeah, nice to get some thought process behind what people buy and why, and his thought process on some of it. So that was good to see.
He always has exciting baseball cards too. So if you haven't checked him out, like Tatis Trader 2310, I think is what it is on Instagram. Look him up. Has a ton of cool baseball cards. Always posting new pickups and things like that. I want to ask him, and then I either forgot or also I'm sure he would have went into a dark place. I was going to ask him, what was your first thoughts when you saw the thing about Tatis being suspended? But I felt like I would have ruined the mood pretty quickly if I had to make him relive it.
It's probably the same thoughts you had when you saw Ryan Braun suspended, if you can remember back.
I'll never forget, Nate, where I was when I first saw it. I was sitting upstairs, old house in Minnesota, my parents' house, obviously. I was like, I don't know how old I was. When was that, Nate? What year was that? 2009 or something?
2012.
Oh, it's 2012? Yeah, so I was like 14. Sitting there at the loft on the computer, I just pull up ESPN homepage, literally just to probably look at some what's going on. Right there, boom, Ryan Braun suspended. Right, dude, I was
watching TV at school with a bunch of buddies, none of whom are Brewers fans, and it pops up on the bottom line. It was the worst moment of my life.
Were you with like Aaron, like Twins fan and stuff?
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was tough.
Do you know? Oh, just because we got a little bit of time here as this stuff is ending. Do you know what I thought about when you were talking about Yelich and stuff? If you could reverse one sports injury in your fandom history, what would you reverse? For me, it's the Yelich broken kneecap. I remember sitting there watching it and just thinking, like, this is devastating. Like, it's bad. Like, I knew it was bad right away. Just, like, felt it inside me.
Yeah, the Yelich broken kneecap is big. Nick Collins, neck
injury.
Injured neck. I think if he's healthy, and captain of that defense still the next year, maybe we do some things back to back. Chris Middleton injury last year in the playoffs. We probably beat the Celtics and go on to the championship last year. That would have been a big one for me. Otherwise, and 2009, Andrew Bogut breaking the Bucks were a really good team. Andrew Bogut broke his elbow and his arm and his shoulder and dislocated everything. And just from I don't think we had done anything, but just to have a player not have to go through that.
Yeah.
That Andrew Bogut injury.
Let us know in the comments just in this next minute or two, what's one sports injury in your fandom life that you would want to reverse? I think it's always something interesting to think about. The Middleton one, actually, while the Yelich one, I think from a career perspective is definitely more impactful. I can't even actually think about what I do with myself if we won back-to-back championships in the sport, Nate.
Yeah.
Dang.
Also, real quick, Embiid, the year him and Wiggins were there. If Embiid's healthy, I think we win a championship. But Embiid going down, tough.
Paul George is a Pacer fan, bro. That I guess this wasn't NBA, right? Wasn't that USA Basketball that happened? Because the stanchion was much closer to the court than normal. Bro, when he landed off of his layup and hit the stanchion, literally just 90-degree angle with the leg, that was gross. He came back though and had a great career after that, which is really impressive. KD and Clay in the playoffs for the Warriors. KD's disgusting Achilles snap. That was brutal to watch. Von Miller rough this year in Buffalo. That's a huge injury, actually. I kind of forgot about was Von Miller going down for the season after shifting to the Bills from the Rams. Just tough stuff. Yeah, still great, but not nearly as athletic. I agree with that, man. Paul George, that dunk on Birdman, bro, I thought that he was floating, literally floating in the air. That was one of the nastiest posters for sure. That was awesome in the playoffs. This is a reach about Sandy Koufax not having to suffer the arthritis that cost him more year of pitching, his career ending way too short. I mean, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a reach. I think there's a lot of players that probably sustain things like that affect them in different ways than as one big injury.
Yeah. Lou Gehrig.
I was going to say Lou Gehrig being the most obvious.
Or even not an injury, but how many men lost 2-3 years of their baseball playing primes to World War II?
Yeah.
Imagine Ted Williams adding 3 years of prime baseball to his numbers.
Yeah.
You know,
it's crazy. Like I've read about a lot of that stuff. I was reading a book in sports history in college, is about the first Jewish player. I can't remember. Oh, Hank Greenberg. And he I just remember like reading a lot about him and looking into the stats, and then looking at more players and more older baseball players, and just realizing how many of them did lose like most of their prime of their career, part of it, which is crazy.
And it's crazy because we're not talking losing like your age 35, 36, 37 season.
Yeah.
We're talking Ted Williams lost his 24, 25, 26 seasons. And the 2 years before he left, he had 1,200 and 1,100 OPS. And the 4 years after, he had 1,100 plus OPSs.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then bro, watch this as well. How about Negro Leaguers before integration? Losing. I mean, Jackie didn't start until what, 27 or something like that in the MLB technically. I think it was around that. That's a lot of years as well that you have prime of your career. Don't have the stats. And let me see. I think it's around 27, right?
Can you believe as a
28
41-year-old Ted Williams hit 316 with a 451 on base, 645 slugging, 1,096 OPS.
Do you say 41?
41 years old.
That's insane. Oh my gosh.
He had one season of his career where he had it on 1,000 OPS, and it was a 791 at age 40. And then he went from 791 to 1,096. He added 300 points to his OPS between his age 40 and 41 season.
That's just crazy, bro. That's insane. All right. Well, through all that rambling and different discussion, we did have the Red Skull sell. So there's only one card left, which now we know what the last card will be, is the Kobe. Over $5,000 now. But we'll leave it there with the end of this episode today, episode number 58. Appreciate you all watching, joining, talking, listening to us discuss with Mickey about baseball and everything, and baseball cards, and watching the different sales tonight. So I appreciate y'all for coming. Nate, thanks for joining again. Next week,
yes,
9:45 p.m. Eastern time, same place, SlabStox Sundays. You know where to be, and we'll see you here.